Hello and welcome to my backyard. I'm out here, this is April 14th. It's in the mid 70s, a little bit of wind blowing, and it's just a beautiful day, and I just couldn't resist getting out here doing something with gardening. In the past, the last few years, I've used the rain gutter grow system. You can find a Facebook link to a support page. They've got all kind of information. My biggest problem has been that after 2 years, these buckets that I buy from Lowe's, being non-UV protected, start breaking down and crumbling. And then you've got to redo the whole scenario. The idea is that you have a gutter supported by 2x4s, and I put a 1x4 ledge on each side to give it a little more footprint. And you have a float in the end of the gutter, and then you have a reservoir or come off of your rooftops with the water if you're situated right, and your plants are constantly watered from the bottom. There's a net cut that goes in the bottom of the bucket that sets down into the water in the gutter, and it draws water up from that gutter by capillary action to the plant. That way the plant gets water as it needs it, when it needs it, and everybody's fat, dumb, and happy. Well, fat and dumb in my case, but so far I hadn't been real happy with it. You get leaks around the end caps unless you caulk everything nice and neat and tight, and even after a while that it deteriorates. You get leaks in your end caps where you got your floats, so that lets water out. You're constantly in a battle with mosquito larvae, and I've raised a couple of hundred tadpoles. So I'm sure we got plenty of frogs around here because of it. I just didn't really like it too well. I've got one that's in disarray, torn apart. Last year I tried sweet potatoes in the big tubs. It worked and it didn't work. This year I amended the soil mix that was there, added a new bag of Miracle-Gro soil on the potting mix on top, and planted tomatillos. I was going to put tomatillos in a earth grow box like I have over here, but then on YouTube I was looking at a couple of videos and they said they get 6 feet tall and out 6 foot bushes. So I figured, well, one a piece in each of these tubs will work just fine. Probably give me more tomatillos than I want. So now I'm into my next experiment, the earth box grow system. What you have is a screen down in the bottom that's about, I would say, 3 to 4 inches off the bottom of the box, and you have a pocket on each corner that you push soil, pack soil down into, and just like the net cup over here, it draws water up into the soil. You have about a 3 or 4 gallon reservoir of water down in the bottom, and the excess will flow out of the little notch you can see there in the bottom of the box. There's an overflow. So it only has so much water at a time. So ever so often you have to go by and just put water into this little black tube to refill the bottom. The plant, again, just like in the rain gutter grow system, draws the water from the bottom as it by capillary action soaks up into the dirt, and the plant gets the water it needs when it needs it, and hopefully they're not too wet. I thought I'd try it out. Now the earth box has instructions on how to set this up. And with tomatoes, you plant 2 tomatoes per box. Here I've got 2 Romas. And you fill it with the halfway up with the soil mix, and then put a pound of Dolomite lime in and scatter it in, and then fill it the rest of the way up. And then on the side away from the tomatoes, you put a pound of fertilizer, and then just cover it over. Put that a row of fertilizer right down the side, and you shouldn't have to fertilize again. They recommend only 2 plants on tomatoes, 6 plants on peppers. Here I've got sweet banana pepper, and I'd bought a 6-pack, and it fits just right to 1 box. Then the next box is my hot pepper, and I only bought 4 of those, so that's the reason there's only 4 peppers in that box. And I'm worried about it because I've got a cow horn, a habanero, a Cajun bell, and a Cubanelle, which is actually a sweet pepper. I'm scared it might be a warm pepper. It recommends using seedlings and plants and not do seeds, but with all this coronavirus and everything else going on, you can't get out and go hunting anywhere and everywhere to find just the cucumbers you want. And I wanted pickling cucumbers, little gherkins. I had ordered seed already and had planned to use that in the big boxes over there. So what I'm trying out, it recommends 4 plants, 4 cucumbers per earth box. So I planted 4 of one type there and 4 of another type here. And once the seeds break the ground, which I hope they do well, I will snip off the excess because I planted 4 seeds in each of those 4 holes. So the best looking one I'll leave and snip off 2, maybe 3 of the others. I may allow 2 to grow in one hole. I don't know. We'll just see, go by trial and error, I suppose. But this is my newest venture in gardening, is the earth boxes. They're a little pricey, but you actually get quite a few plants per box, and they're guaranteed for 10 years, and people on YouTube have said that they've had them for 20. So you get down to that, it's only about $1.50 a year investment in the earth box itself. So I'll come back, I'll do another video later showing how they're coming along, how well they're doing.